Welcome to Left On Wed.
Bite-sized tips for people getting hitched. Georgia Fletcher.
Adam Sini.
In the same room.
How did we get here?
In this part of town.
But in a past life, you used to walk dogs.
Yeah, very far from wedding coordinating, but yes. And a past life that commingled with this life, I was actually walking dogs at the same time that I was marrying people.
I'm not sure what you're doing with your fingers.
But if you want to know, go onto our YouTube because this is a video podcast.
It is a video podcast, and it's almost like you are crossing your fingers that we're going to talk about a great topic today.
Because today's topic is...
Drum roll! Music.
Music.
What do we want to know about music?
What don't we want to know about music?
We want to know.
How does music get into a wedding day?
Well, I think it can make or break the vibe, really.
It's really the tone of the day is your soundtrack.
I agree. And there are so many different songs that you didn't even know you needed.
So we're going to unpack that. We're going to unpack what vendors you need or want or desire. We're going to go through the pros and cons of having a band, of having a DJ, of just using Spotify playlists for certain parts of the day.
Cheeky little plug for Spotify. We love that. Do we want
love
strings?
Spotify, and we love Apple Music.
We do love Apple Music.
Tidal?
Do we what?
Isn't that Jay-Z's one?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
That
there's...
sounds familiar though.
Yeah,
Look
there's like
at
a
you.
third. He tried, but I don't think
You're
it was...
a tech whiz.
I'm a tech whiz. That's what I'm known as around these parts.
How about a tech whiz that knows all the different songs you need on your wedding day?
That's me, baby.
You need a song for your...
For your dog. Were you asking me a real question then?
Yes.
All right, let's go through the main songs that you'll need for the day.
Firstly, let's play a playlist as you're getting ready. Because you
that's
do
cool.
not want to walk into silence.
Are you saying just with your mates, like your wedding party? I love that.
Absolutely. Some Shania playing, some 90s throwbacks.
Okay, that's what you would do. I would have more like early 2000s rock.
All right. Live your best youth because you're so young. What songs would you put in your getting ready playlist?
In my getting ready playlist, I would do... I've got a very strange taste of music. It's very eclectic. There would
Let's
be like
learn about Adam.
a bit of 90s hip hop in there,
Okay.
right? And then...
Example?
No. And then... For anyone who knows hip hop, Example is a hip hop artist, and that was a funny joke.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch on to
I
that.
don't think you did. And then it would like just go into some Madonna, like a prayer, and then it would go into like Daft Punk and some eras, some dance stuff, and then we'd be listening to Fred again or something.
That
crazy.
is like a really odd tasting cocktail of music.
Do you know what I don't like?
What?
And this is going to piss a lot of people off. Country music.
You don't have to get ready to that, but some people might.
But people do like country
People
music. and
love
that's-
Luke Combs. Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
He's great.
Yeah.
I do like some of his songs. I've had to learn to like. Anyway, this is not about artists we do or don't like. After your getting ready playlist, we need an entrance song.
Great. So we skip forward to the ceremony and, you know, typically you might have someone walking down the aisle.
Or multiple people, and you
multiple
may need a
people.
few different songs.
Correct. So maybe you have your wedding party that goes in before you. There's an option of having them have one song fades out, and then song for the person walking down the aisle goes in. Georgia, question.
I've had groomsmen walk in to Star Wars. That was a good vibe.
Really?
Yeah, at Kangaroo Valley Bush Retreat. They came up from one direction and then we got ready for the other half of the wedding party. It was quite a vibe.
Yeah, I do like groom entrance. I think it's important. I did one.
I can get around
kinda.
it. What? Okay.
Well,
Elaborate.
I just sort of walked in and made everyone clap me.
Oh, amazing. Not to a song though.
I think Dua Lipa was playing.
Oh, that's a vibe. Okay.
See, I
Adam's currently making a Spotify playlist with all of these song suggestions that he's used.
It's going to be weird. Okay, so for your ceremony, there's a few main tracks. So you have something to walk down the aisle to, or maybe a couple songs for people to walk down the aisle to. Then you have your signing songs.
I always say 2 to 3.
Me too.
Because the photographer does like to take some happy snaps and that can take a little bit of time.
So there's a couple songs for your signing, and then there's a big song, your recessional.
And I also say choose a song that is high vibes for the first 20
Huge.
seconds because no one's really listening after that.
That's correct. So you need something that's like, bang, Daft Punk would be good.
Yes, no long instrumental. We don't need a build up. We just need something that
If I'm in
goes
charge
in.
of the music, or have someone doing the Spotify, I'll usually get them skip to the biggest part of the song for that.
Okay, well, sometimes we don't have time for that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. All right, now that's talking about songs. Skip to the reception. What are your main songs in the reception?
We need a wedding party entrance.
Yeah.
So sometimes parents are walking in. Sometimes all the groomsmen, all the bridesmaids, all at once.
Yeah.
Or couple by couple, group by group, and then the newlyweds come in.
And sometimes people don't do that at all, and then you don't need a song for that. Sometimes they just mingle in. But that's another episode, isn't it?
We've got a whole episode for that.
Do we?
It's coming.
Write it down.
It's in the works.
So you got your intros, and then what else happens during the reception that you might need a song played for that you'll need to decide prior?
Well, I've worked with DJ Dumplings, and before each speech, and when we need to quiet the room down, he'll play a really cool sound effect. And that could be related to the couple's favorite movie.
Cute.
Yeah, I love it. We were all about managing the transitions.
That's it.
And then we might do a dance with the parent.
That's it.
We might do a first dance with our new husband or wife.
Yeah.
We may or may not do a bouquet toss, a garter toss,
Ew.
a last song,
That's it.
a sparkler exit song,
Yeah.
and then we finish.
There's your songs, and we're going to write them all on a list, and we're going to put it on our Instagram of songs you'll need for the ceremony, for the reception, for the whole day, certain playlists that you might need. George isn't even going to make a playlist. I'm putting that out there.
I've already got one.
Because why do you need these songs organized? Because your vendors, your music vendors, are going to ask for them. They're going to ask for all these songs.
So here's a great idea. Do it before they ask.
And book these vendors.
That's a great idea.
So
What vendors?
that brings us beautifully to what vendors.
Meow. You got a sound effect for that?
I think that was it. I think you just did it.
Vendors that we need.
So you can hire someone to play the music live from the ceremony.
You can.
So there's a couple options for your ceremony. What we see a lot would be an acoustic singer, someone playing the guitar / duo, I would say, for the ceremony.
Soloist, duo, strings.
Strings we see a lot as well if you want more
Or
of that.
DJ arriving a little earlier and playing off their system.
Yes, sometimes some DJs will do that in their package as well,
Mm-hmm.
which is great. It's nice and seamless. They'll have a great system that pumps as well.
We love it.
And then your next option for the ceremony music is your celebrant will have a PA, and usually they'll be happy for you to play tracks through it. They might just need to nominate someone who presses play and pause on your track.
Correct.
So there's your few options for your ceremony. And a lot of the time, the vendors that you book your music through for the reception, there's a great tie into your ceremony music there. How does that work?
We love live music for canapes.
Are we going to touch now? Yeah. Great.
We love live music for canapes though.
Yeah.
So if we can find someone that does it all, it makes your communication with those vendors a lot easier because you're only communicating, connecting, vibing with the one person.
Wow, you're like a thesaurus right in front of me. That's
Couldn't
huge.
provide the dictionary definition, but I'm sure they're all synonyms.
Synonyms? The same. Antonyms?
Opposite.
You and me. And then also going into your reception. So let's say, and we're going to tie back into those vendors there. I would say when we're thinking about the sort of musicians that we want, we start on the dance floor. What's the vibe that we want for the dance floor? How do we want it to feel? How do we want it to look? That's where most people are going to hire musicians for. Some people might do playlists for the rest of the day. And then you might see if there's an add-on and it sort of works in your budget to add them on for the other
Make
bits.
sure they're also there until the very end.
Yeah, dog.
Because those hourly packages are really, really important to look at.
Yeah.
But we'll do a whole episode on run sheets and timing your day, planning your day.
We actually will. We
We
will.
will.
And we'll
We
do an
will.
episode on hourly packages. I can speak about hourly packages for 20 minutes.
Could you?
No.
Okay. Well, we won't
This
do
is-
We won't do an
We
episode on
run
that.
out of bits there.
No.
Um,
Vendors on the night.
So
Reception.
we're thinking maybe we want a band or maybe we want a DJ.
How on earth do we choose whether we want a band or a DJ?
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
You asked me a question I asked after this.
Okay.
Okay. What did you have at your wedding?
DJ.
Ask me.
What did you have?
DJ. But I also love the vibe of a band. So there's a few different things to think of. We've obviously worked with some great wedding bands. There's that real energy live element that they bring.
They also have multiple instruments and different singers.
Yes.
Bit of variety.
Different sound, different feels. Some people know straight away. They're like, yes, I'm a band person. I need a band in my life. I like the interaction with the people playing the instruments. I like the way that they can play what I want or meld songs together.
How they can get behind the microphone and the couple can go and sing and join in with the band. Sometimes they're very interactive as well.
Seen that a few times with my musical weddings.
Musical weddings?
As in like when, you know.
Which one?
Like when.
Wicked?
I did Wicked, yeah. I went to a wedding on the weekend, right? And they were like actors and all their friends were people who were in the industry. So they had lots of friends jump behind the mic and sing and that sort of thing. And the band were happy to have that happen.
Love it.
So that's your band sort of thing. Some things to think about with bands, and I love bands.
I do too.
They do take breaks.
Yes,
So they do play in sets. So you have this one big set and then they might chuck on a playlist in between whilst they have a quick break. Brilliant. Of course, they need a break. They need to rest their voice. And there is that interactive, beautiful live element to it. I'm thinking about Duke Music, who's a beautiful one. Josie, what a great front person she
Event
is.
Entertainers too is their big business also, where they can provide lots of different musicians.
Correct. And then your other side is a DJ. A DJ.
Oh,
I was just shortening it. One syllable.
good question. What does DJ stand for?
Disc jockey.
Of course.
Come on.
That's such an old school,
Yeah.
an old school phrase, right?
Well, yeah,
Disc jockey.
disc. We don't
No
use
one would
discs.
ever go to the club and say, "I love this disc.
I love this
jockey."
disc jockey. It's like, well, MC means Master of Ceremonies. And what I don't understand is why some people write MC-E-M-C-E-E.
Oh,
What's
I
that
don't know
about?
either.
It's not right.
No, it's
It's
not.
like running DJ, D-E-E-J-A.
Why?
Why? So I had a DJ at our wedding who I had seen play at a different wedding. And he just brought this vibe that I loved. We had a very similar taste in music. He got out there and danced with everyone. So I had sort of seen his work and I knew that he was really good, so hired him straight away. If you obviously don't go to weddings all the time, there are ways to see these people play in public.
How?
Bands quite often will do like an open night on a Sunday and they'll be like, yo, we're playing at this place on this time. Come with your partner. There'll be a whole lot of people there.
And you know that because you used to MC those evenings.
Nope.
No? You said that.
No, I didn't. You're putting words in my face. You're putting words in my face.
It's all over them. It's everywhere.
Also, if there's a particular live act that you like, they will have YouTube channels quite often where you can see how they look and how they sound. Instagram obviously is a good way to see how they look and sound.
TikTok, #wedding band.
We're big on TikTok.
We do love TikTok.
We've gone viral. I'm hoping by the stage this comes out, we've gone viral.
Awkward if we haven't.
If we haven't, don't at me. Is that what the kids do? Do they at me?
No, they just probably leave a comment going, "You suck. You are not viral." They will troll you.
Oh, they troll
But
me.
hey, let's come back to music.
Great.
Pros and cons of all the people that we can have playing music on the wedding day.
Fab. I want to talk about Spotify or Apple Music. Or
Pro to
streaming,
Spotify.
Right. I don't have an issue with it for the ceremony. I think it can work quite well. Obviously, if you're hiring someone to play live, it's a way different feel. And it's going to be better, but it's going to cost you more money.
Can I do a plug?
Is it for Jess and Matt?
I love Jess and Matt.
Oh my God, you're obsessed with
I
Jess
do-
and Matt.
I am. They just do it all.
Yes.
And they're so nice.
We've already plugged Duke. I like Jake Edgley, if you've worked with him
Oh,
before.
he's fun too.
Ben Fox is great.
We
I'm just
can't-
throwing more in there.
We just can't name everybody.
Nick Reed I worked with the other day.
Oh,
He's
that's
cool.
great. Stevie Lee.
Stevie Lee,
She's
we love.
brilliant.
Okay, look up all those people. Fantastic. So you can get them to
I
play.
really hope we didn't forget someone that we really
Oh,
love.
look, at me. And a lot of the time, what I'm finding with these vendors, especially like the soloists or duos, is that they now offer DJ packages for the end of the night. A lot of
great.
upskilled and are great DJs as well. And as we talked about earlier, having the one person doing all your music and entertainment for the day is so easy in the lead up. You only have to talk to one person.
But Spotify for the ceremony is great.
I think it's fine.
Because
What
you
do
can have the
think?
version that you like.
Yeah, I've got no issue with it. Obviously, if you've got a certain vendor who's DJing the night, they might say, hey, we do the ceremony for an extra couple $100 or whatever.
it
And
out
you're like,
there.
yeah, why not?
Do it.
It's way easier. It's way more seamless. So I would definitely book the music for the ceremony if you can, if it's in your budget. If not, track through a Celebrant speaker isn't the worst thing in the world. Georgia Fletcher.
If you are using a phone and giving that phone to a friend to play your ceremony music,
Nice.
please make sure that you turn the passcode off. Please make sure that you turn the brightness up.
Have you had someone not know the code before?
No.
Oh my God.
But that can absolutely happen because I give that advice. Turn the passcode off, especially before you walk down the
Put it on
aisle.
Do not disturb.
Oh, that's
My
standard.
My dad had his phone in his pocket for his ceremony. He got remarried a number of years ago, and someone called him when he was getting married because they were outside trying to work out how to get in.
Oh, a guest.
So they called the groom,
read the room.
and my idiot father had his phone on in his pocket. Love you,
And
Dad. Hope
the
you're
big
listening.
question is, what did he do with that phone call?
He took it. Yeah, just come in. I'm just halfway through my vows. Yeah, cool.
That would have made great footage.
My dad
hilarious.
didn't have a videographer, didn't have live music.
so
back on
maybe it never
music.
happened.
So at my wedding, we did playlists for the ceremony. And then after that, so there's 3 sections of the day, right? Really. Ceremony, there's the bit in between, which might be your canapé cocktail hour. Then there's reception.
Yes.
So canapé cocktail hour, we had a fantastic friend who is a musician play, who we love. His name's Atticus. And he played and sung. But this might be the section where, let's say you have Jess and Matt, they will play and they will sing whilst people
You're
are
just
drinking
obsessed with Jess
eating.
and Matt.
You're obsessed with them. Pros and cons for this section. Do you think you can have a Spotify playlist?
For the canapes,
Yeah.
you could go smooth sailing with it.
Definitely.
And I would say that your musicians will put Spotify on at some point anyway while they're doing the setup. If you've chosen them to be your ceremony, canapes, reception, that's 3 different setups for them. So they'll likely be putting Spotify on at some point anyway, but I don't think that anything truly ever beats live music. The people that are singing, the connection and the passion that you can hear in the way that they are singing. But again, if you love particular versions of songs, like on the weekend, the bridal party wanted to walk into the Mamma Mia version of Dancing Queen.
Wow.
Very specific.
Very.
And if that's what you want on your wedding day, it's your wedding your way. So
Did
Don't
Meryl
laugh.
sing in that version?
I have no idea. I haven't seen ABBA. All I know, or Mamma Mia, all I know is...
Haven't seen Mamma Mia.
Okay, we can do a whole episode on things I haven't seen.
I'm getting if you haven't seen Mamma Mia, here we go again. But I've seen Mamma Mia 1?
No.
What?
Anyway,
Nuts.
Spotify for canapes, yes, or live music. I got live music.
Yes, sweet.
So we used Tilly Music for the ceremony, but I knew I wanted to walk down the aisle to Angel by Jack Johnson. So they played that through Spotify, then did live music for the rest.
Cool.
Then did canapes, live music. Then we had a friend come in and DJ until the end, which was
love.
fantastic.
Yeah, so that's your third section of the day is what we moved to. And we're talking about Spotify. I don't think it works for reception. Definitely.
It's like saying, let's do an open mic for speeches.
Yeah, right. Don't do that. I've done an open mic for speeches, hot mic, but it was all set up. We
Okay.
made it seem like it wasn't, but it was.
Great.
I have seen Spotify for reception work for really small weddings, like 20, 30
of
people, and they're like,
course.
you know what, we're just going to do that as background music. If you want a dance floor to pump, you need a professional.
Yes, I agree with
They're
that.
doing it.
Sometimes they'll also bring dry ice, fireworks, smoke machines, laser lights.
Jeez. Did
Yeah.
you have fireworks at your wedding?
I didn't.
I did not either.
No. It was very DIY, but we'll do a whole episode on
We've got
that.
a whole list of DIY coming.
we do. Don't at me.
Don't at me. So that's how you can sort of pick who you want to do your music, what you got to do, the songs you've got to think of. It could be the one person doing all the day. You might have a duo for the morning for your ceremony, and then you might have someone else come in and
Imagine
DJ
being
the
serenaded
evening.
while you were getting ready.
Huge. That I do that for people. It's an additional package of Celebrant.
Really?
When the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, that's amore.
That's very good.
That's amore.
You should really market that, like
It's
you do your
very
MC
expensive.
package. Yeah. Well, just while that dance floor is pumping, where the band, DJ, really loud Spotify song and lots of people singing, one thing to check if you are getting married at a venue is noise restrictions. Some people have a little decibel measurer to make sure that the neighbours are happy. So that's something to check with your venue when you are finding your venue, looking for band DJs that are across that.
Yeah, just asking what's the requirements for sound here. They might say, oh, well, we turn it down at 9, or you can go all the way till 11 or midnight or whenever you're closing, or we can't go above a certain thing. And if that's a deal breaker, sweet. Just something to think of at the start. If not, fine. It's not the worst thing in the world having a sound reader. Of course, some places need it if they're residential. It does make sense.
Yes.
Then we keep their happy neighbours. Happy neighbours equals happy life. That's what I say.
Is that what you say?
Our neighbours are our best friends.
Well, that's nice.
That's music, baby. The soundtrack for your day. At any point during the day, if someone's not speaking, like doing a speech, doing the ceremony, in my opinion, there needs to be music. There needs to be background music. There should always be sound. If someone's not speaking at some point during the day,
Adam should be doing karaoke.
I should be doing karaoke. That's right. You need me on the microphone. No, there should be some sort of background music.
Agreed.
To create a vibe, create a tone. Have you ever been to a restaurant or a cafe where there's no music? It's awkward and weird. It makes you feel something. It makes you breathe and listen and think and feel. I mean, you want to pump people up for the dance floor, basically.
I agree.
So it's an escalation of nice, soft tunes. Easing up, easing up, easing up. Madonna.
You could always say music is like a roller coaster, like Ronan Keating.
And I'm going to ride it all night long, baby. Georgia, should we leave it there?
Let's leave it there. Hang
See
up
you
the
next
phone.
week.
See you next week. Hey, thanks for listening.
We really appreciate you. And if you want to hear and see more, follow us on the socials. We are at Left on Wed Podcast on TikTok, on YouTube. There are full video episodes, and on Instagram.
There sure are. If you've got questions, you've got comments, ideas for topics, slide on into the DMs. But you can also inquire about our celebrant services by finding Adam on Instagram and TikTok at Married by Adam.
That's me.
You can find me at Georgia Fletcher Celebrant.
And if you are itching to tell people about this, please do. But you can leave us a review on whatever platform you listen on. Tell people how much you love it. 5 stars only.
Thank you. That's all we will accept. We'll see you next time.
Left on Wed is recorded on the lands of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. We pay respects to the elders past and present.
We, Adam and Georgia, acknowledge our First Nations people's continuous connection to culture and the importance of storytelling.